Traditionally, e-commerce fraud screening has occurred after payment authorization. This is because post-auth deployments require low model sophistication and allow time for orders to be manually reviewed and cancelled if needed. But there are several trade-offs when screening for fraud post-auth. Issuers screen all merchant traffic, regardless of it being good or bad, and are forced to make suboptimal decisions. Additionally, there are hidden costs for merchants. Hard costs such as paying for processing fees that are tied to fraudulent orders, and soft costs wherein issuers turn away legitimate consumers, resulting in false declines and a poor customer experience. Pre-auth screening, in contrast, functions differently, since fraud screening happens in real time when shoppers are still checking out. There are significant benefits to this setup. Firstly, merchants are able to detect and remediate fraud before sending a transaction for authorization, resulting in lower processing fees, and issuers in turn can relax their fraud rules. Secondly, Signifyd shares additional transactional data directly with issuers, enabling them to make better decisions during the bank's fraud analysis, which result in fewer false declines. And finally, screening a transaction for fraud pre-auth gives merchants the opportunity to elevate the checkout experience. For example, by asking shoppers to review checkout details in order to avoid manual review and transaction declines. For all these reasons, there's been a significant uptick in interest in pre-auth fraud protection, and Signifyd is leading the way. We have hundreds of merchants leveraging our pre-auth capabilities, and the results are pretty compelling. For example, one of the world's largest electronics retailers has seen a conversion rate increase of over 200 basis points by switching to a pre-auth fraud screening setup. Another retailer in the fast fashion space has seen a roughly 300 basis points increase in conversion rates. Our issuing partners are reporting a decline reversal rate of over 50%, which means they're overturning their internal fraud assessments over half of the time, thanks to Signifyd's network data. Regardless of the industry vertical, customers trust Signifyd with their fraud screening needs, and we continue to expand our global commerce network that powers compelling customer journeys.